in English. I'd like to do it in English because I feel more comfortable doing it in English. Right, I left Newcastle in 1993. Came to Germany because a youth worker, one of a friend of ours, was had a contact with a guy called Christian in Greffenhainischen. It's a small town out not far from Halle, and they were looking for a band to play on a theatre project. And it was just like 4 musicians, three guys from Newcastle, another guy from London. Obviously, it was about what 93, 4 years after the wall came down. So it was a big culture shock, especially for us. Yeah, it was totally unbelievable how the people dressed and stuff like that. It was like a bit of a shock. So it was quite, it was totally different at the time. Not really, because there's telephones everywhere in the world. So yeah, the communication is very important for me to have with my family. Obviously, mobile phones. Everybody has a mobile phone. Email, internet cafes, so I can always write emails. But most of the time, I just send SMS and stuff like that to family, to my sister, to my mother, and my father. Friends also, always talking about football and stuff like that. Always keep in touch. So I suppose that of modern life today is much easier than it was, say, 20 years ago, when people had the problems of basically just, okay, you can still phone, but it's much easier to send an SMS these days. It's much cheaper and very practical, so everybody, yeah. But I don't really, if I'm away for a long time, then I probably would take like a photograph or something like that of me family, which I sometimes have, and keep in my wallet or something like that. And obviously, my family over here as well, Steffi and Carmen, so obviously I would take a photograph of them as well. But I'm also constantly contacting them, so it's not a problem. Sometimes I do take a little cuddly duck away with us. That's a little soft toy as a mascot. So. A lot of the text I write is a lot of personal stuff that I write quite deep. Some people can understand it and relate to it. Some people cannot. Because I do write quite deep, and sometimes at the time when you write a song, you have feelings and different emotions that come out. And there is some of the songs on the second album, even on the first album. There's a lot of things on there which are personal in the fact of maybe some earlier relationships or something like that that sort of didn't work out, or problems with certain people in life that I've came across and have promised so much and really let us down at the last minute. But on the new album, there's other things. A song called International Calling, which is very self-explanatory in the fact that life is difficult, I suppose, when you move away from any country to another country. But like I said before, if you've got always contact with SMSs and telephones, emails and stuff like that, it's much easier, and it helps me to communicate with my family and stuff like that. So. It is quite a difficult question, but like I said, I think home is where the heart is. I think it's this slogan is it quite international thing. I'm not sure if it is the same in Germany or Bulgaria or France or whatever, but we say in England, home is where the heart is. Wherever you go in the world, wherever you travel, no matter where you are, you only have to think of the people who you love or something like that, and then basically I think you'll find a connection to your home. So everywhere I go, I always know that my family are always there and something. Without family, but and that's basically like I said, it is one big family. But I have got a family here in Germany with my daughter and Steffi, and also my family over in Newcastle with me parents and my sister. But there is also a strong connection there between my family in Newcastle and Steffi and Carmen, because they've been over there so many times now that you know what I mean, it's very well integrated. So yeah. I think Newcastle will always be my home, no matter where I go in the world. If I stay in Germany for the next 10 years, 15 years, whatever. But it's funny because when I get off the plane, when I go to Newcastle, when I fly back to Hannover, when I get to the airport, I don't think that I'm home. But then when I get on the S-Bahn and I get to the Bahnhof, and then I get on the tram, Linie 6, when I get on the 6 to Messe Ost, and as soon as I put the key in the door and I open the door, then I feel home. Also the cat's there and meows a lot and then says, "Welcome Jeff, back home." But I think that's the only time when I sort of feel more at home than in Hannover. But I've only lived here 5 years, and my hometown's Newcastle, and I've lived there for 30 years, so that's...
Dankeschön.
Okay, thanks for having me.